State Warriors going to the conference final.
I would love
against the Los Angeles Lakers.
It is just an absolute, unacceptable, unforgivable screw-up of a year.
Who will be the first-round MVP in the West?
It's going to be LeBron James.
Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns knock out LeBron James and the Lakers.
Miami will be unveiled. I love Spoelstra too, but unveiled in the playoffs.
The Heat eliminate the Boston Celtics in 6 games.
I don't know where Milwaukee goes from here.
Whoa. So is this over?
So the Bucks on the way to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think it could be a sweep. I'll take Blazers in 5.
The Pelicans fly into the Western Conference semifinals.
Around the time of the NBA draft, I made a worst draft predictions of all time video, and you guys seem to really love that one. So here we have it, the worst NBA playoff predictions of all time. What's up guys, Mike here, and sometimes making sports predictions is hard. I get it. Go ahead and comment your worst take of mine right now. On this channel, there are quite a few of them, but with that said, the takes that you are about to watch are so bad that many of them, I've got to say, are straight up fireable. And I think you are going to love to see what people were thinking in the past, because a lot of people, a lot of well-known people that you know, were incredibly off. Now for this video, we are going to start in this year, the year 2022, and then we are going to work our way backward from there. Now in 2022, we only have one clip, but it is a good one.
Is this a Western Conference Finals preview, Michael?
I give it about a 10% chance that that they're both in it.
I view this, Mike Wilbon, you talk about 10% chance. Hell no. I got it much higher than that, over 50%.
Both teams. Both of them.
Golden State Warriors going to the conference final.
I would love that.
Against the Los Angeles Lakers.
So to start things off, we do have our boy Stephen A, who I'm just going to use as a voice for anyone who said LA was going to go far this year. I mean, just how disappointing of a season was this? Seriously, from projected NBA title contender to not even making the play-in game? It's like the play-in game was invented just to make that sentence a little more insulting for the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm sorry, Lakers fans, but you won a title 2 years ago, so at least you have that. But speaking of the Los Angeles Lakers, let's now jump back to the year 2021 and let's listen to what Colin Cowherd had to say about the first round of the NBA playoffs.
Lakers, Suns, this is an easy one. Lakers have the better bench, playoff experience, size advantage. I think that could get fairly ugly.
Okay, so not only did the Phoenix Suns win this first round series in 6 games, and eventually the Phoenix Suns would advance all the way to the NBA Finals, you will soon see that this is a pattern. Many did discount the Suns team last season, and I would actually say that the Lakers losing to the Suns with an injured Anthony Davis and then overreacting was their biggest mistake this offseason, as the Suns have proven to be awesome. However, so many had doubts about them, including Max Kellerman.
Who will be the first-round MVP in the West?
It's going to be LeBron James, and I think the reason for that is going to be because they're going to have to do something about Devin Booker. LeBron's two-way play in this series will be the difference. He'll be the MVP.
I really don't want to pile on LeBron here. Sure, in this series, he was not the superhuman we have come to expect, but I mean, LeBron did average 23.3 points, 8 assists, and 7.2 rebounds per game. The thing is, though, focusing on the Devin Booker side of things, the disrespect that this man, Devin Booker, gets is insane. But before we continue, guys, I'm very excited to say that this video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The NBA playoffs are finally here. We've been waiting all year for this, which means we have some next level basketball. And as you guys know, since it was created, I've been a huge fan of the play-in tournament. I cannot wait for it this season. We are going to be seeing some insane matchups. And you can join in on the excitement of the play-in game, and you can get ready for the excitement of the NBA playoffs by betting the NBA play-in game with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can bet $5 on any team to win, and then get $150 in free bets instantly. Instantly, you clinch a win no matter what. I will say right now, boys, I mean, of course, I'm feeling Brooklyn to get out of the play-in game, but I mean, Charlotte, they are looking pretty feisty. I cannot wait for the play-in tournament. I'm so excited. And if you want something that you could be excited for every day, DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get a daily can't miss happy hour super boost. Check every day between 4 and 7 p.m. to see if you get a super boost. And if DraftKings Sportsbook is not available in your state yet, you can still feel the thrill and excitement of the NBA playoffs playoffs with DraftKings daily fantasy contests. DraftKings will have millions of dollars up for grabs in prizes each week of the season. And so guys, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Link is in the description. Use promo code Korzemba, throw down just $5 on any basketball team and instantly get $150 in free bets. That is code Korzemba at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And you know what? In this series, Devin Booker really shut some people up. In a statement game 1 win, Book would put up 34 points and then he would close out the Lakers with a 47-point, 11-rebound performance in game 6, showing everyone, yeah, it might be my first playoffs, but who cares? I am ready for this. All in all, Devin Booker would average close to 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists per game in his first playoff series as he stepped up with Chris Paul on the court, but not his full self. I cannot wait to see a playoff Book this year. Man, he has been playing with an edge. I think he's about to go off. I also think the Suns could reach the NBA Finals this season again, so maybe I will be in a video about bad predictions next year. However, speaking about the Bucks, let's listen to Stephen A here.
I maintain that position that the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers will meet for the NBA championship come July. The Milwaukee Bucks, they've been struggling, and if Giannis can't make perimeter shots, as I've said on many occasions, you don't have a prayer in hell against the Brooklyn Nets and specifically Kevin Durant.
To be absolutely fair here, if the Nets were healthy, they may have gotten past the Bucks, but to say that the Bucks would not have had a prayer in hell was not only disrespectful looking back, but it was disrespectful at the time. Giannis is a 2-time MVP, come on. And of course, Stephen A here would prove to be oh so wrong, because not only would the Milwaukee Bucks take down the Brooklyn Nets, not only would the Bucks also continue to dominate the rest of the NBA on the way to a championship, not only would Giannis average 35 points and 13 rebounds a game on 62% shooting in the NBA Finals, but also, according to Basketball Reference, during the regular season, Giannis had an average distance of 9.5 feet per shot taken, which means on average during the regular season, Giannis's average field goal attempt came from 9.5 feet. That shot distance was actually closer in the playoffs, Stephen A, as Giannis took his shots from an average of 8.7 feet. So I don't think Giannis needed his jumper to have a prayer to beat the Nets. And now, heading back in time to the year 2020, we have the bubble and we had some takes that will probably surprise you. I'm curious to see what you think, because here is how confident Colin Cowherd was in the Los Angeles Clippers.
Lakers win this in sweep fashion. LeBron's never lost a first-round playoff series. I think LeBron and the Lakers would win this in 5 games. This will be the Clippers in pretty short work, 5 games.
In short work?
Yeah.
The problem with Colin Cowherd's take is that the Los Angeles Clippers did not even reach the Western Conference Finals. In fact, in a Game 7 loss to the Denver Nuggets, Kawhi Leonard shot 6 for 22, while Jamal Murray of the Nuggets scored 40 points, and Jokic, you may have heard of him, he's won an MVP, he put up a casual 16 points, 22 rebounds, and 13 assists. Of course, from there, Cowherd disrespects a Lakers team that would go on to win the title by stating that the Clippers would take care of them in short work. Short work? The Lakers taking care of the Clippers would actually prove to take a short amount of time, I guess. So short that many don't even remember it happening. Now, guys like Kevin Durant also made a similar prediction. Here's what KD said. Interesting. So the Clippers in the West and the Bucks in the East. I've got to say though, for 2020, Colin Cowherd really carries us here.
Philadelphia is too good not to win a series, so they're a regular season sensation. Miami will be unveiled. I love Spoelstra too, but unveiled in the playoffs.
As we know, this would prove to be extremely incorrect, as in the bubble, Miami would not only prove to be as good as they were seeded, they would also go on to reach the NBA Finals, where they would lose in 6 games. And yes, you can say bubble Heat were different, bubble hero lost to a Disney, whatever you want to say, the Heat are the 1 seed in the East this year, so they have more than proven that they are not frauds. Unless they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs, I am possibly setting myself up here. Anyway, back to the Miami Heat. If we watch a panel of analysts talk about who will win the Eastern Conference Finals, we will notice something a bit strange.
Right now, who do you have coming out of the Eastern Conference?
I've had Bucks all season. I don't really see a reason not to pick the Bucks.
But I'm taking the Boston Celtics.
Honestly, I think given the new format, the Bucks should be the favorite.
Not a single person mentioned the Miami Heat. Not a single one. So I've got to say, it's kind of crazy that the Miami Heat, for whatever reason, get some crap for reaching the NBA Finals as if that was some kind of mistake. I mean, end of the day, they went out, they proved everyone wrong. You got to give them credit for that. But continuing on with old Colin Cowherd here, carrying us again.
All right, the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bucks against the Celtics.
They've split in the regular season. I like Boston. Boston's got a better roster.
So the Boston Celtics would lose to the Miami Heat in 6 games. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this video, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and turn on post notifications. The goal here is for us to reach 2 million subscribers in 2022. And if you're enjoying this video, I make basketball videos and NBA videos just like it. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy the videos I have in store for you. So again, it would be awesome if you could subscribe and turn on post notifications. But back to the panel of people who just refuse to mention the Miami Heat.
Who do you have coming out of the West?
Honestly, I have to say the Clippers. I said Clippers to win the title in July. I see no reason to pick anyone but the Clippers now.
Again, the Clippers are mentioned as real favorites in the West here, and the Lakers just took care of them. Meanwhile, the Warriors are mentioned as a sleeper team.
I think people are sleeping on the Golden State Warriors. I think they're going to fall between 6 and 8 and be that squad that nobody wants to play in the first round.
And I'm sorry, Jalen, but the Warriors did get a lot of sleep as they watched the playoffs from home. But again, Colin Cowherd just carries us this season.
LeBron's not going to win the championship. The only question for LeBron is when he doesn't win it, how much does he blow up this organization and get a real star player alongside he and Anthony Davis? LeBron's not winning the championship. It's not a knock on LeBron. He didn't have enough pieces.
This take from Cowherd has to be the most interesting one of the video so far. Because, I mean, come on. On the one hand, Colin Cowherd was absolutely dead wrong, right? The Lakers did win a championship in 2020, and so right there, Colin Cowherd in this take was wrong. But what is interesting is that Cowherd did ask a question that was very relevant the year later.
The only question for LeBron is when he doesn't win it, how much does he blow up this organization
and get a real star player alongside he and Anthony Davis?
And that is what happened with Russell Westbrook. Again, guys, the Lakers, with Anthony Davis injured, lost to the current best team in the NBA record-wise by 8 games. And then, because it was in the first round of the playoffs, Los Angeles freaked out. The Lakers overreacted, and they certainly traded away and gave up a lot of pieces to end up with their current roster that a lot of Lakers fans wish were still on the current team. Again, not piling on LA. And now, this video has been about wrong takes, of course. That is the concept, but shout out to Charles Barkley for saying this.
You're sleeping on the Portland Trailblazers. They were my pick to get out of the West. I still think they will get out of the West. Underrated team in the NBA all year. I'm going with the Portland Trailblazers to win the West.
And while the Blazers did not reach the NBA Finals, they did reach the Western Conference Finals, which I am just saying is good enough. And we can have a discussion about it, that is fine. But just know, I normally do not hand out any type of participation trophy at all. However, listen to the response Chuck got for this take.
Charles, what are you doing?
Will Kane's in the building, everybody.
You know, they say, Charles likes to gamble. This is going to the roulette table and putting it all on a number, Right. I'll take 12. All of it. 12.
You know Charles Barkley's my favorite person on TV, right?
Yeah.
I think he's the greatest entertainer in the world. This is ridiculous. Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so you have that clip, then factor in that the Blazers' preseason odds to win the NBA championship were plus 30,000 according to Basketball Reference. On top of this, their over-under was set at just 42 games, meaning that Vegas expected them to win just 42 games. Portland 153 instead and made Chuck look awesome. So shout out to Chuck, but heading back to some absurd takes, we have TV legend Paul Pierce.
Giannis definitely has to play better, but as a team, I don't know where Milwaukee goes from here. Because
Whoa. So is this over?
No, listen, I think it's over.
This series is over.
Yeah, they lost
game. This was a Milwaukee Bucks team that had won 60 games during the regular season, was the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and had just swept the Pistons. Did you remember the Pistons were in the playoffs that year? Maybe not, but the Bucks swept them. So for Paul Pierce to make this claim that this series was just over, I mean, I cannot. This is so over the top. Paul Pierce played in the NBA. He knows that this was just only one single basketball game. And then what happened next, of course, just made things so much worse.
So the Bucks on the way to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2001.
I like to sit here. I apologize to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Nah, dude, you
I
can't.
was wrong.
No.
You guys went out there and handled y'all business. I'm gonna give it up to the Milwaukee Bucks. Y'all proved me wrong, so I'm gonna own it.
That is amazing, but speaking of some people who should apologize, here is what Colin Cowherd thought of the Portland Trailblazers.
Blazers, Thunder. Blazers a third seed, and I think this will be a fairly quick series. Thunder win it in 5. Westbrook finally gets out of the first round.
Thunder in 5, I mean, not even close. Remember this?
Lillard, a chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long-range 3, and it's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me?
Paul George finally admitted it was a good shot. Meanwhile, in the finals this season, despite reports of Kevin Durant's health,
Magic, I'm going to start with you. Toronto versus the Golden State Warriors. Who you got?
The Warriors in 6.
I'm going to say Golden State in 6 as well.
Doc Rivers?
I'm going to go Golden State.
Who you picking, Stephen A? I'm going with the Warriors.
In
6.
no one was respecting Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors quite enough. Of course, the Toronto Raptors would go on to win the NBA championship, with Kawhi Leonard named as the NBA Finals MVP. The Warriors would both lose this finals and lose Kevin Durant. Our final season brings us to 2018, a year where Trae Young took over the NCAA during the regular season for Oklahoma, but lost in the first round of the NCAA tournament. In the case of the 2018 Portland Trailblazers, do you see what I'm doing here? Many began to believe that this team was ready, that a big-time first-round showing was coming. Damian Lillard himself would say,
9 consecutive wins, the longest winning streak in the NBA as of right now. How for real is this team?
We feel like we the real deal.
And then the media was right there too. Colin Cowherd believed. He said,
Number 3 Trailblazers against number 6 Pelicans. I think it could be a sweep. I'll take Blazers in 5. I take the Blazers comfortably with a few routes in this series.
I mean, there was solid reason to think this. The Blazers were playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who don't have Anthony Davis or Drew Holiday on their team anymore for good reason. That core did not win enough to keep them. But in this series, the New Orleans Pelicans would go off, as not only would the Pelicans sweep the Blazers, but Damian Lillard would also have the worst series of his life, averaging just 18.5 points per game on 35% shooting, while his teammate CJ McCollum could not save the team with averages of 25 points on 52% shooting. That's yikes. To finish things off though, in this video, I just love bringing back Paul Pierce, who said this.
In the long run, I still see New York being a playoff team. Not so sure about Philly because they can't stay healthy.
The Christmas win wasn't enough.
I mean, could Paul Pierce be any more wrong here? The Sixers would win 52 games and finish 3rd in the Eastern Conference before eventually losing in the 2nd round of the playoffs. It did not seem like Paul Pierce had much reason in this clip for why he liked the Knicks, and whatever reason he had would have been wrong, as the Knicks won a grand total of 29 games in 2018. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. We are on the road to 2 million subscribers here. Let's get there in 2022. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, guys, and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. I mean, personally, I think the one on the left might be more your style, but the one on the right looks pretty awesome too. Click one, let me know what you think. And again, have an awesome day.